I have nothing. That's my most common reaction to each and every True Blog Hop post. So I have nothing. Um, and it's a really scary thing to have nothing. But in many ways, that's my life as a writer, is I have nothing. Have nothing other than an 18-pound cat. Yes. And today we will blog about whatever this 18-pound cat wants to blog about. Could be worse. It could be a 25-pound cat. This is Anubis. Anubis the Destroyer. Or Lord Bitey. He likes to bite. Ah, bite! He bites the human. Oh. Isn't this special? Oh, yeah. This is special. Oh, yeah, special. Ah, Mommy must not be home. But anyway, so as a wrangler, quite often, you know, when I realize I have a wrangle coming up, I find myself going, I have nothing, and and I can't tell you the number of times I've looked at the topic and I went, I have nothing. Now, please note that I'm a glutton for punishment, and I basically sign up for it. And cross my fingers that I will have something when it happens. That be nice, kitty. Do not murder the Morgan on video, okay? Anyway, and so like this one, what can I teach the world? Basically, what I can teach the world is two things. One, I have nothing, but I'm still doing it. And by the way, I can't tell you the number of times I've, on the True Blog Hop, I've sat down the day, mere hours before I need to have my post ready to go, with a tarot deck and just pulled out cards and have went from nothing to something in that just short time period. Of course, this is what happens when you blog for an extended time period. If you have a schedule, you tend to blog about just random stuff. Kind of like being a newspaper columnist. You know, you have nothing, but at the same time, if you trust yourself, you will have something. Of course, this one was an interesting blog hop. Because one, I was doing it, and I still had nothing. And two, had a tree fall in my yard. Now, here's a lesson I didn't realize I could teach. Which is, things can always be worse. And for me, the tree fell exactly right, and this is like a 30-foot pine tree. Okay, I'm not sure how tall it was. I haven't measured yet, but the trunk was yay round. Okay, so it was a pretty tall tree. If it would have hit the house, it would have done pretty much a lot of damage. Now, please note that growing up, we used to play the game of whose life is worse. And I've played this for years, and I tend to lose a lot because in my head I can look around and go, wow, could be worse. You know? This is kind of... And the day the tree fell, the first news story I saw on my feed was a story about a jet plane losing an engine. A piece of the engine went through the plane, created a hole. A passenger is sucked out through the hole. Well, partially sucked out, okay? And that's the story that starts the day, was, this airplane mishap. By the way, airplane mishaps are the tower card. Tower card. Interesting enough, tree falls down. Yeah, tower card. But it's one of those situations where, and the airplane situation could have been worse. They had one casualty. One. Or should I do it like that? And it could have been much worse. The tree falling could have been much worse. And by the way, the worst thing that can happen when you do a trail blog hop and you have nothing is you have nothing. Okay, that's the worst thing that can happen. And it can only get better from there. I can talk about something. Managed to work the Tro in somehow. My joke is, if all else fails, you just illustrate your post with Tro. But yeah, it's one of those situations where, but no, I've played the game of it could be worse, and it's very much, lightning struck tower card energy. The first time I heard could have been worse, was from my father at like 2 in the morning. We were living up on 38th and Zunine. And a semi-truck at 2 in the morning drove through his car. And it was a red Toyota station wagon / hatchback / it's the 70s. I'm not sure what to call the car, but you can fit 6 kids in it. What counts? And the truck hit the car and it spun through the area of the yard where us kids used to play. So during the day, this would have happened during the day, somebody would have been killed. But anyway, and my father used to say it a lot. And, could be worse. Could be worse. And so I've done this could be worse thing for years and years. Sometimes without realizing that I'm doing it. Whenever I feel bad about not working, I go to a Burger King. No, I order something and sit there for like a half hour, and I watch the manager and the employees slowly lose their mind. And I remind myself, it could be worse. I could still be working there. But yeah, so it's always interesting with True Blog Hop because I have nothing. But it could be worse is just what the worst thing can happen. I literally type, I have nothing, and that's my entire post. Hey, Bitey! Sir, Bitey! So, anyway, but yeah, by the way, the first thing that goes through my head when the tree falls is, well, at least now I have a True Blog Hop post. What? So, the tree has fallen, and okay, not first thought, second thought, is, tree has fallen, first thought, could be worse. My second thought. Third thought is, well, I have something to write for the blog post. And it's like, but yeah, I got lucky on this one. And it's definitely tower card energy that was there. So, yeah, this is me rambling because I have nothing. But could be worse. Could be worse. You could have been exposed to several minutes of silence here, which is what I originally thought this clip was going to be. So, have a good afternoon. Bye.